right, good morning, Jeffrey. First on after last one on last night. Good to see you. What's up, Dad? Good to see you. Awesome, Vicky. Good to see you. Bill, awesome. Bill's been super consistent. All right, let's go through. I'm going to play it one more time. I'm going to play Tricky Ricky's Blues, and I did put this all in the Chord Academy, so Chord Academy has this, all the files as well. All right, here we go. All right, let me stop the track. I'm having way too much fun with this. So I did hear from Tricky Ricky himself, and he's working this morning, but he really liked the tune. He especially said he liked the F sharp, the shock to the system on that, and then the diminished part. So Tricky Ricky likes his blues. He says hello to everyone. He'll be back on Monday. So Tricky Ricky has his blues, and I want to talk about, oh, let me turn off. I hear a little bit of craziness in my voice here. Testing 1, 2. There we go. Oh, wait. Let me undo that. So, 1 second. I'm on the wrong thing here. All right, testing 1, 2. Hearing a slight delay. Let me see if I can figure out. That's why. All right. There we go. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. All right. We should be good now. Interesting. I'm seeing a little interesting thing happen with my audio. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. All right, so the idea is this. We have our Tricky Ricky blues, and this F sharp diminished is one of the things that we're focusing on this week. We've been talking about it. It's blues, gospel, jazz, whatever. You can go up a half step from your dominant, in this case F up to F sharp, and you have a diminished chord. And that works great. It doesn't matter in the inversion, just 4 notes, right? And so that's one thing to watch out for, and also this idea of da 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 dum. For Rick, we Rick roll the 3rd. Ba da da da. We're starting on the 4th as well, instead of like B starting on the 5th. Da 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 da. We're starting on the 4th, and we're Rick rolling up there. And then for the minor, for the F7, you use the minor 3rd, which is really the flat 7 of F, right? So those are a couple of things to pay attention to. The other thing I want you to know that when I played the entire song, I played it through a couple of times, and then I did blues scale ideas, dee da 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 da, or pentatonic, do da 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 da. And then the great thing about that is you should and can practice your blues scale all the way through the entire song. You can also practice your pentatonic scale in different inversions throughout the whole song, but then occasionally go back to the song Tricky Ricky's Blues, and maybe it's this part that starts at the beginning where you go maybe you hang around there for a while. But also when you get to that F chord and it goes F sharp, F7 and then F sharp diminished, practice trying to use that. And even if it's just right here where you have to stay in this one position, great, do that. And then notice at the end of the song it does boom, ba, da, ba, da, da, da. Like we have this lick down. We do the C6 lick and we do this little kind of a minor third to major third with the sixth lick, but also you put the second note. And you guys know that we've been talking about one of your major scale blues things that you can do is having that second note. Right? This idea of putting the minor third to major third, but also that second note really comes in handy when we're playing our jazz and blues. Let me check the chat in just a second. Let's turn on the track and I'll play the song a couple more times. 2, 3, 4. There it is. Blues scale. Up a half step. Blues lick with the second note. Now watch how easy this is. Up a half step and back. Let me do that again. I'll stay here. Blues scale only. Scale notes. Just get familiar with that sound. Up a half step. Blues scale. Different rhythms. Just the blues scale. Up a half step. All right, how is everybody doing this morning? Are you guys enjoying this? If you do, I'm still showing one like on this lesson. That's kind of sad. One like on this lesson. All right, a couple things. Jeffrey's the like police, though. He'll be able to see where we are on those. All right, do you guys understand the goal of all of these tunes we're working on? You've got yard work, going to do some yard work, right? Going to do some yard work. 5, 6, root, 6, minor third, major third. And right there, I was just going, right? And then when I go to F7, so all day long you can go, going to do some yard work, going to do some yard work. And then you could switch tunes. We do that all the time because you're learning and absorbing this vocabulary, and then you can use it however you want. And that's why I recommend like Rick rolling the third, and then right? And so you could do that for days and get the sound of that, because we know we love the blues scale, but occasionally we want that nice little major third there. What if I did from Vance's tune, what if I did the Cruella de Vil? And we can even do that on F, right? Minor third to major third. And then you go up for C, you go minor third to major third, fifth, sixth, up to the flat 7. What a great idea that is. Okay, now remember that this is actually a Chord Academy lesson, but I wanted our Chord Academy to know that that I put all the files. I put the PDF, the audio file, and the video file that has the finale playback all in the same folder for this week, because you know it's not just about chords, and all those chords are in there on the PDF exactly as you play this, but I also want to make sure that you guys are playing music and not just chords, right? So sometimes we do our chords and we make sure we know our chords, like now we're going up a half step and then the D minor to G, but just make sure that you're practicing your chords and your different rhythms, but also we're playing some music, because that's ultimately what all of this is about, having fun playing music. So one way I might start to warm up is I might do the first 5 notes of the blues scale, right? Or I could go up and down as an exercise. Now here comes that E flat. All right, let's do the blues scale improv again. 5 notes. Let's stay there, it feels good. 2, 3. Now because we go up to E flat, I need to be on some E flat. Even though those are still those same notes, right? I went to that F sharp, which is G flat, the flat third of G. Let's stay here a minute more. Play a little bit and then rest a little bit. And 2 and 3. Here we go. Hey Hugh, good morning. Up a half step. All right, let's do the blues. Here we go. Here we go, diminished. Blues scale. Up a half step. I missed that. Again. How about blues scale? Blues scale. In triplets. Triads. One note solo. 2-note solo. All right, 2-note solo. What if we take it to the next level? 3-note solo. Here we go. Four-note solo. And 2. And 2 and 3. But 2 and 3. And 2 and 3. 2 and 3 and 4. 1. Here we go. We're gonna go. Diminished. Blue scale. 3 and 4. 'All right, now enough of that silliness. How's everybody doing? What's up, Dave P? Dave P, I thought you were oh, you are on vacation. Awesome. Dave's leaving on a plane. All right, yeah, I'm still showing 1 like on my end. Let me refresh so I don't get too depressed. Oh, 7 on my end. All right, 9 people watching. Dave P, I hope you're getting lots of birdies and eagles. So if you're just now joining us, you saw my 1-note solo, my 2-note solo, my 3-note solo, my 4-note solo, and then we're using Tricky Ricky's Blues. Remember, after you learn all this, then you kind of mix and match and make it your own. So as a matter of fact, since Dave P is on vacation, let's give a shout out to Dave P, one of the OGs of iMusicAcademy, of Dave's Leaving on a Plane. And Dave P, Leaving on a Plane is pentatonic, minor pentatonic. Dave's Leaving on a Plane. As you go through these songs in your improvisations, you learn these tunes and you learn these scales and you learn these ideas, and then you just make up your own thing, right? So if we were going to play Dave's Leaving on a Plane, wow. Y'all give it up for Dave P for 78 yesterday. What did you get on the back 9, Dave? All right, I'm just kidding. That's what my dad would say. All right, here we go. Here we go. A day's leaving on a plane. Show you how easy this is. They tried to tell Dave it's the same, but so much slower on the train. Oh, we have to change. Let's do it again. A day's leaving on a plane. It's so much slower on the train. They tried to tell Dave it's the same, but it's so much slower on the train. All right, now let's improvise with Dave's song. Here we go. He's leaving on a plane. He's leaving on a plane. He's leaving on a plane. A day da da da. He shot at 68. Da 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 dum. Dum dum dum. Dum 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 dum. A day's leaving on a plane. Yeah da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. He shot at 68. Da 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 da. A little blues scale. Now we're gonna go up a half step. Now let's do low volume blues. 1, 2, 3. I've got a low volume blues, and that is just what the news is today. I started out on the live, turning my volume up high, it's still low. I've got the low volume blues, and that is just what the news is today. Da 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 da, Dave's leaving on a plane. It's so much slower on the train. They tried to tell Dave it's the same. It's so much slower on the train. I tried my best to explain. It's so much slower on the train. They tried to tell Dave it's the same. All right, let me stop this and check the chat. Wait. Is it Dave's birthday today? Oh, not until January. Where did this come from? The birthday. Let's see. I tried my best to explain. Dave's leaving on a plane. We could do that. That's pretty funny, Dave. So a couple of things. So we were just doing Dave's leaving on a plane, and it goes, I tried my best to explain. Dave's leaving on a plane. Because we're going to E flat minor, we could go, I tried my best to explain. Dave's leaving on a plane. So we have to adjust because of the chords, but it kind of makes it cool to do that, right? So much slower than the train, on the train. They tried to tell Dave it's the same, but it's so much slower on the train. I tried my best to explain. Dave's leaving on a plane. It kind of works. Let me try that one time. And then we'll wrap up by me playing the actual song that we're working on again today. One, Dave's leaving on a plane. It's so much slower on the train, and it's not his birthday. They tried to tell Dave it's the same. It's so much slower on the train. I tried my best to explain. Dave's leaving on a plane. Not your birthday today. Dave's leaving on a plane. But then about your birthday and he shot a 78. Here we go. Jay's leaving on a plane. Here's our other song. Blues. Up a half step. Blues scale lick. I should have gone to the third. Vance. All right, now, let me see what time it is. It is 8:32. We have 8 minutes, but I want to show you some really important things. So we've been doing Tricky Ricky's Blues this morning. Dave's Leaving on the Plane. I did a simple 1-note solo, 2-note solo, 3-note solo, and 4-note solo, and we did low volume blues. Now what I want to do to end this is let's talk about our blues licks. You know that you have the most famous lick at iMusicAcademy, this one right here, right? But you also have all of our licks from Blues Volume 1 even, right? There's so many licks you can do. But I like this idea of, you heard me do it a few minutes ago in a solo. Now, because that has the minor third to major third, and I want everybody to lock in these next 7 minutes left in this lesson, of minor third to major third, I'm going to work on my slide E flat to E, and because we're doing a minor third to major third idea, you guys know that when it gets to the F chord, you can actually do your same thing on F when you're doing those minor third to major third licks. And even when I get to G to D minor to G 2-5 in C, I could do it on the G chord if I want, or I could just keep adjusting where I go. Even when it goes to F, I could go. Even on. So you see how I can mostly use it on C if I wanted to, and when it goes to an F, I really need to be on that E flat. But other than that, I can play all my blues scale notes and extra notes in there. You guys know that I teach that one of the lick exercises in one of the blues courses does this. All those notes are available. Octave, flat 7, 6, flat 6, 5, and then the first 5 notes of the blues scale. They're all in there. And we could actually practice, just for fun, we could practice that over all of the chords if we want. We could go. Here it is. C6 lick. Here's our lick. All right, let me stop that silliness. How's everybody doing? What is going? Oh, who is this? Who's this guest that we have? Vance. Welcome to iMusicAcademy, Vance. Vance, I'll have you know, yesterday I sent a link to our all access group, and because I like to do this at many times, is that I send things to our YouTube members, including links to charts and streams, and I sent one to you and it got returned. It said it could not deliver it. I almost took a picture of it. So something was going on with your email yesterday. Just want to let you know. It sounds like a blues. What do you guys think about that? We're moving for these last 3 or 4 minutes. Let's talk office hours for just a minute. What do you think about these ideas? I want to do a recap of just talking about the things we did today, because I think it's so important to review. You know, you'll hear me play Dave's Leaving on a Plane, low volume blues. Why do I do that? Because it's the language that we're working on right now. Like Hugh knows this. These repetition is your friend. I say that all the time. And I want everybody to connect your voice. Don't think, oh, I'm not a singer. Yes, you are. Everybody can do this. And it really helps your ear when you spend time just going dun dun dee dun 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 dun. And let me just demonstrate again how you're going to connect your voice and your fingers together. If I do this, I'll just go simple. I'll go dun 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 dun. I want to make sure I'm singing. And now I want to go dun dun. Now down to the flat 7. Dun 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 dun. Even when I go up to the E flat, dun 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 dun. Again, dun 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 dun. Yeah, Tricky Ricky's Blues. I did hear from Rick Vance, and he loves his song. He'll join us on Monday. So we did low volume blues. We did obviously Tricky Ricky's Blues, which I'll play us out when we do that. Again, we'll speed it up too. We'll speed it up. This kind of office hours, I'm going to go an extra 5 minutes if that's okay. But I want you guys, even this 5-note pattern, even this works your fingers, and no matter your age or stage in lessons, get this 5-finger pattern going. It's really important to be working all the fingers every day. And so the next thing is, we talked about how to use, obviously, this C6 lick is a really fun one because it gets you the minor third to major third, and you can do it here and you can do it here. But also you can use one of the examples from blues. It might be Blues Volume 1 where I go boom ba ba da ba. So I give you so many different options. The octave works, flat 7, 6, flat 6, 5, and all those notes of the blues scale. That's so important. I would take that one idea. I'm all about ear training and making sure you start simple. If you're a beginner, do this. And then get the courage to go up a half step. It may take you a while. If you have a little bit more experience, take that thing up all keys. I'm an all keys kind of person. I want you guys practicing in all keys, and you can do it, especially if you spend the time of being simple with it. I like this, what I call the up-down approach. You take one idea that you know how to play, and you go get out of your comfort zone. You go first in your comfort zone, then you go up a half step. That's taking you out of your comfort zone. And then I go back to your comfort key, and I go down a half step, and it could be this 1 C6 lick transposed down. So that's one way to build confidence, and I know all of you can do it. If you're a beginner and you're struggling, or maybe you're a retired person and you're wanting to get your fingers going, you want to get back into it, or maybe you're an absolute beginner and you want to get going, I would love to be able to recommend some things for you. So you can always email me Bob at iMusicAcademy.com. And I think it still forwards to my iMusic. Another way is iMusicAcademy1, the number 1 at gmail.com. You go to iMusicAcademy.com. There's a contact thing. If you have a question for me, you can just send it through there. But I would love to point you in the right direction if you're wanting to get better at. Maybe it's your fingers, maybe it's learning how to read music, and I'd love to teach people how to read music in a fast track to learn how to do it. Okay, now let me see what Anthony, good to see you. Anthony, you're bad at singing intervals, therefore you're working on a tool quiz with interval exercise. That's awesome, Anthony. Yes, it's very good. Starting with hand position in 1 octave. Very good. That's what I like to hear, that you guys are doing that. And yes, everybody's a singer. You'll get better at it. And the great thing about that, Anthony, is that you can sit here and just do this. If I go boo da 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 dum, then I don't even have to be at the instrument. I go boom da da dum ba da bum ba dum, and then I know ba da da. So you can be walking to work, walking to class, watering, cutting the grass, or boom, ba ba dee ba da beep bum, ba da 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 ba boo ba da 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 ba da ba da da, boo da 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 dum, do da 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 da. I wanted to go up the octave. Bump ba ba dee ba da bang. Da, 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 right? And it all starts with training your ear 1 note at a time. Or you go da da da. All right, so Dave wants to be able to read. Yeah, you thought he had left on a plane? No, he's playing golf. And he did leave on a plane. But Dave P., email me. You know my email. You can text me too, Dave. But if you email me, it'll be easier to send you some files. I love to teach Fast Track how to do it. And I do it through a bunch of different ways. But one of those is I have some music resources that I can add you to the Google folder. But also, it's kids kind of exercises and pattern that really fit under the hand, and then you start to notice, oh, well, that's just that chord. And so I promise you, that's one of my specialties, is learning, showing people how to read music and do a fast track of how you do it. And I always tell my young prodigy students, if you can read, you can do anything. And I make them say that. I say, what do I say? And they say, if you can read, you can do anything. And I really believe that you can play the music that you've always wanted to play, and you can write compositions, and you can remember what you did, and that kind of thing. All right, but it's not by singing 2 notes that these notes are hold on a sec. I want to make sure I understand what Anthony said. Not by singing 2 notes. These notes are correct. C can be D, C, F, G. Hard to hear yourself if you are on the correct tone. Yeah, Anthony, there are some ways you can do it also like this, where you start the 5-note pattern in this major scale. And even this, I recommend this kind of thing for my beginners. You could take that scale and turn it around. Now you're singing the triad. Or I went to minor, major, or I'll probably get a strike for doing the lick, right? I hope that helps. All right, there was one other thing I wanted to close with here. I'll do Tricky Ricky's Blues. We'll speed it up a little bit. But I will at least, I haven't even mentioned the fact that we have opportunities if you want to join any of the academies. I'm doing some really fun things of we're going to change the way we do things. I definitely love going live and everything, but for years it was all of these were private, and you're seeing these now, and you're seeing how I like to teach. And this is normally a Chord Academy lessons. We're talking about jazz and all these cool things and gospel and whatever. But I also want you guys playing the blues and using your chord voicings in the context of songs. But if you want to be a part of any of that, either Chord Academy or our All Access lesson, which gets you access to anything, including massive folders of practice materials and videos that nobody else gets, just you can email me, bob@imusicacademy.com or imusicacademy1@gmail.com. But if you want a super easy way to just get going and support the channel, hit join now. I have a membership now, and you just go, I think you might have to join on a PC instead of your phone, but when I'm on my PC, I see a join button, and I don't know if we have 18 people or 19, but like if you see somebody here that has an icon by their name, they're a member. Like Vance is a member of that, and it's very crazy affordable, and it's a good way to support the channel as well. So I'm giving you that appeal is to say, hey, hit the join button. I think you'll be very pleased with all that. All right, now let me answer Anthony's song, and then we'll close out by me playing. I know I'm extra overtime, and that's okay. It's Friday. So Anthony, in my first years of music school, I've had weekly exercises. Your sight reading and singing. What I mean is that it's not because they're standing. You sing E minor on paper and you sing E. Hold on a second. It's not because. Yeah, Anthony. What you should do is in an audio file. Email me and send me that. Just email me. You have my email address, and let me know what you're trying to say. I can definitely help you figure that out. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a technology stream very soon. I've done them before. They were hugely successful. And so I want to help you guys get the best out of tech. That means things like hidden apps and things there are for ear training that a lot of people don't even know about, or metronomes that do really awesome things. So anyway, I'm going to do a tech stream very, very soon. But we sing do, re, mi. Yeah, sure, yeah. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah, there are all kinds of ways to do it, and that's good to do as well. I've done the solfege thing as well, but it's whatever is comfortable with you. In yeah, that makes sense. All of those are really important. All right, so let's speed this one up. Yeah, so whenever somebody does join, if you hit join, you'll become a member, and it's so easy. You will be so happy that you did. You'll go to my main page and you click, and you'll see the membership, and all the files and all the craziness will be there. But my thing is, I want to connect with you. I don't want you to join and just be like in the background. I think it's really cool, so I can really help you guys. Like Vance he's an elite. There are a couple different tiers. He's maybe about 8 of our members are elite members, and several have upgraded. And Vance is the perfect kind of person to say, I want to know what you're working on. I want to be able to help you. So I definitely am not a join and just thanks for joining. I'm a hey, how can I help you kind of person. So all right, so let me freeze this track and speed it up, and then we'll call it a day. All right, so I think I have to freeze the track. Testing 1, 2. Yeah, this might be right. I think I can speed it up now. All right, let's finish up doing this. This is at 91. feels pretty good. Let's speed it up though. Let's try 100. Yeah, that felt pretty good. You guys let me know where it starts to not sound good. Let's do 110. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, let's go up. Let's go 120. Let's see how that feels. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready to go. Van says, becoming a member of the Jazz Elite up here where the air is rare and sweet. Vance is the poet who lets you know it. All right, that's at 120. What do you think? Should we go 130? Or is it getting out of hand? That's 131, I think. Are we tapping out? Or should we go 140? That's 142. That's kind of booking, isn't it? That was bad. Are we tapping out there? It's getting a little loose. Yeah, Vance, how you doing? How are you doing with the lyrics? All right, should we do 150 or are we tapping out? 150 is moving on this thing. right there, that part, my hand is really weak on when I'm going right there at that tempo. I think it goes back to my shoulder issue. 150. That's fast right there. If I'm relaxed, then it makes it a lot easier. One 160 doesn't even sound natural at all. That's booking it. $170. Oh, man. 170. I think I'm tapping out at 170. That was 170. Unless you're Dave Brubeck. That's funny. All right, guys. It's been a lot of fun. All right, I got a message from Dave P. Says I'm lining up for a putt right now. Pray for me. Just kidding. Dave P's wanting to know about reading music, I think. I'm so glad that Dave texted me. All right, guys. What a fun lesson. I am so over today, but hey, that's what Fridays are about, right? We can take our time. Or Speedy Gonzalez. All right, hope you have a great weekend, everyone. Let's see. I'm still at 7 likes. That's kind of sad. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. As we always do, we get to say goodbye to each other. I'll see you all on Monday. Jeffrey, good to see you. Jeffrey was first on. Dad was second. Vicky was third. Not that it matters. Bill, glad that you're here. Jeffrey, of course. Hugh, thank you for being an All Access Chord Academy and YouTube member. Thank you, Vicky, for being a member of everything. Dave P., thank you for being an All Access member. Very thankful for our members and everybody supporting the channel. Anthony, good to see you. Make sure I got everybody. And if you're lurking in the background and you're a member of one of our academies, or you just want to say hello and goodbye, you can do that now. I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. Yeah, Anthony, if you need help with any of your music studies, you can email me and let me know. I'll leave you with this loop that has been on my mind lately. I think I'll do a Chord Academy lesson on this. I like that. Yeah, and I told you guys that we all have little things that we're working on from our hands and trying to get our exercises in and everything. And because of my shoulder issue, I finally figured out one of my things that is I'm really struggling with. Well, I've known this for a long time, but my left hand, I'm sorry, my right hand, but my fourth finger is really, really weak. So like even that is hard to do. It's not natural right now, and used to be like my all the fingers would work perfectly, but for the last couple of years, because of my shoulder, I've been having trouble with this. So it's not just you guys if you're having any kind of trouble, but like left hand, like super easy, everything works as it should. It's harder for me for this fourth finger. So what I've been doing lately, and I'm trying to figure this out to work on that, is trying to do some exercise. So anyway, it's all a process of trying to rebuild whatever that is. I could call that loop office hours. Oh, I did some really cool things yesterday. This is just extra. I know everybody has to go, including me. But I did Wheels on the Bus. But then I did it minor. And I did some really cool reharmonizations of that. And then another thing I did is I created some really cool. I love, like, if whatever key you're in, if I was doing G and I go, I always test. That sounds good. I love that. Anyway, I did a bunch of loops based on that idea. So I'll show you guys some of that sometime. All right, have a good one. Vicky. Thank you, Vicky. I didn't know anybody was still here. That's funny. Thank you so much, Vicky. That's very generous. Y'all been really supporting me with the super chats. Thank you so much. Hey, you asked for it, Vance. You'll get it. That is funny to think about that in minor and then using a bunch of diminished stuff. Yeah, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Yeah, you could go to A flat. Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days. All right, guys, enough silliness. Vicky, thank you so much for Generation. Thank you all for hanging out with my silliness at the end. Office hours is